Hey friends, I warmly welcome you to today's episode in our series. So today I'll be talking about 5 key elements of emotional intelligence. 5 key elements of emotional intelligence, things that should be available for one to be emotionally intelligent or be able to utilize emotional intelligence, which is very important and which is very much needed in our society today, because a lot of things are actually happening to a lot of people. A lot of people are going through a lot that needs us to be emotionally intelligent around them to be able to bring some succor to people. You know that statement I normally make, that if there's nothing you can do to help somebody's situation, just don't make it worse, a kind of. So emotional intelligence helps us to know when not to make people's situation worse than they already have them. So before we go on, I want to remind you, in case if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly hit the subscription button and do well to share this video to your friends, your acquaintances, your colleagues, so that they can also benefit from what we are doing on this platform. So number one is what we call self-awareness. Self-awareness, if you're not even just like we defined emotional intelligence, that is the ability for one to know and understand his or her own emotions. So the question here, or rather the issue here, is you as a person. Do you even know who you are? Do you even understand who you are? They ask that question, who are you, your temperaments and all that. You need to know who you are. It's very important, because it is when you now know who you are, it will now help you to now know how to also even understand others or interact with them. But not knowing who you are will always make you to fall short of good interpersonal relationships. So self-awareness is very important. Number two is self-regulation. Self-regulation. Now, when you have known who you are, it will now help you to be able to regulate who you are. For instance, you know that if I do this, I will feel this way, or I will be this. So you now say, okay, let me not do it. Okay, or let me do it, depending on however it makes you to feel. That's self-regulation. You already know that when I do this, this is going to be the outcome. So you know, because you know who you are. So it is now self-regulation that now guides you to now say, okay, I will do it, okay, I will not do it. That's self-regulation, and it's very important. The third one is motivation. How are you motivated? What motivates you is very important. Okay, there are people that they love toxic environment. They love it, as in when there is problem, when there is strife, when there is toxicity, they like it. Some other persons don't even want to feel toxicity around them, talk more of being in a toxic environment. So if what motivates you is toxicity, then you will always create a toxic environment. But if what motivates you is polite environment, good environment, friendly, cordial environment that helps everyone to be happy and thrive healthily. So you see that there are two different things. So you need to know what motivates you. You need to know what your motivations are. It's very important. Are you motivated when you see that people are angry? When people are sad, it gives you joy, it makes you happy. Some people are like that, actually. Or are you motivated when you see that, hey, people are happy, you are happy, things are going on well, and you are good with that? It's very important. Then the fourth one is empathy. Empathy. We no longer talk about sympathy, sympathizing with people. So the empathy talks about being in the same shoes with this person, being in the same, fixing yourself in this situation that this other person is. So how would you feel? You hear when people say that, okay, if this happens to you and this way, how would you feel? If you are the person that experiences this, how would you feel? You hear when people say also, don't condemn a situation, somebody's action in a situation you have not seen yourself, or you have not been yourself. It's very important. So empathy helps you to put yourself in the shoes of this person. Okay, if I were to be in this person's shoes, what would I have done? How would I have felt? How would I have responded or reacted differently? So empathy helps you to know that people do things most times not because they want to do it, but because of the circumstances or situations they must have found themselves at that material point in time. So empathy helps to understand with people, show understanding. That you understand with somebody does not mean you condone maybe bad thing they do or something bad they have done, but it's just that understanding that human frailty comes in, that this person can actually be in this kind of situation, this person could actually have been depressed, this person can actually be going through a lot. So empathy comes in. Then the fifth and final one is what we call social skills. What are your social skills? A lot of people don't even have any, or they have, they don't even know they have, or they have, they don't even know how to use them or how to employ them, or they don't even have at all. So your social skills plays very big role. How you socialize with people, how you understand your environment, it helps a lot. How you interact with your environment, it helps a lot. So these 5 ingredients, these 5 elements make up your being emotionally intelligent. Now, if any one out of these 5 is missing, it does not mean you are not emotionally intelligent, but it means now that a time or a point comes in your being emotionally intelligent that something could be missing, and that is why that empathy is there. So it's for you to understand that because you are in a situation to understand another person today, it could be your own turn tomorrow for another person to understand you. So how you have understood another person is the same way when it is your own time, you are going to be given the same understanding, the same energy. So it is important to understand this and knowing full well that every time will not be your day. There are some times you will be in your lowest of low, you will be in your lowest. Another time you will be high and all that. So when in your lowest, do you want people to understand with you? Do you want people to empathize with you? Do you want people to understand with you? So the same way, when people are in their lowest, also extend the same kind of energy, extend the same kind of hand of fellowship is important. So in this emotional intelligence, these 5 key elements we just mentioned now, they play very big role. Number 1 is self-awareness. You need to know who you are. Number 2, self-regulation. When you have known who you are, it will also help you to know what to do and what not to do, how to do them, when to do them, to whom to do them to, and all that. Then number 3 is motivation. How are you motivated? What motivates you to do things or not to do things? Then number 4 is empathy. How empathetic are you? We need more people to be more empathetic these days, because it's not really so much easy for a lot of persons. Then the final one is now social skills. So how much do you know your environment? How much do you interact with people around you? How much do you know things around you and all that? It plays very big role. So until I come your way next time, stay emotionally intelligent. See you next time. Bye.